The Tennessee Volunteers are at odds of plus 5,000 to win the 2016 College Football National Championship, and they are at odds of plus 1,000 to win the SEC Conference Championship. Last season saw the Volunteers go 7-6, both straight up and against the spread, and 4-6-1 on the over-under. Tennessee Volunteers head coach Butch Jones hopes to carry the momentum of a big bowl win into the 2015 season, and with plenty of experience returning and an additional boost to the coaching staff, things are looking up in Rocky Top. Jones garnered the attention of Mike DeBoard and brought the 78-year-old onto the staff to coordinate the offense. DeBoard was Tom Brady's offensive coach at Michigan, where DeBoard served from 1992 to 2007. In between, he had a head coaching stint at Central Michigan and has been in the NFL the last 5 seasons with Chicago and Seattle. DeBoard's accomplishments aside, he now inherits an offense that returns 9 starters on a team that finished in the middle or near the bottom of a conference in most offensive categories. The Volunteers entered 2015 in the top 25 in the preseason polls, and with quarterback Josh Dobbs, who threw for over 1,200 yards while rushing for nearly 500 more. Josh Dobbs took home the TaxSlayer Bowl MVP in the thrashing of Iowa to finish out the 2014 season, and he enters this year as man under center calling the signals. A dual-threat athlete, Dobbs set the Volunteer team record with 166 rushing yards from his quarterback position against South Carolina, while adding 3 scores in the 45-42 overtime win. Dobbs is not even listed as a returning starter, despite going 4-1 last season in a starting role. He will be surrounded by a bevy of talent at every position, which includes 4 returning offensive linemen, 3 starting wideouts, their starting tight end, and Jalen Hurd in the backfield. While Dobbs led the team with 8 rushing touchdowns in 2014, Jalen Hurd saw the ball 225 times and was a key part in both the passing and rushing game. With 190 receptions and 35 carries, he amassed 1,120 all-purpose yards as a freshman last season, and his productivity will likely increase this season as a sophomore. Defensive coordinator John Jancic had his defense ranked among the national leaders in sacks, tackles for loss, and third down conversions defense in 2014. Jancic's 25 years of coaching experience has earned him the respect throughout the SEC as he starts his 3rd season with the Volunteers program. Team leader A.J. Johnson at middle linebacker is going to be among the tougher players to replace, and it won't help that there is not much experience among this linebacking core in 2015. Only junior outside linebacker Jalen Reeves-Maben returns, and we can expect to see a lot of fresh young faces in the second level of the defense this season. Dylan Bates enters this year after losing most of the 2014 season to an injury, while being granted a red shirt for last season, only getting to appear in 4 games. Bates is set to return at outside linebacker, with Kenny Bynum expected to be in the middle. Derek Barnett and Kurt Magott are set to start on each end, as the two combined for 21 sacks a season ago. Corey Vereen and Kyle Phillips will provide relief at the ends as well. The schedule looks a bit intimidating, with a tough game against Oklahoma early and road games at Florida, Alabama, and Missouri. There are certainly 6 or 7 winnable games for Butch Jones to turn his 12-13 all-time Volunteers coaching record into a positive number after 2015. For our pick and prediction, we expect the Volunteers to compete with Georgia for the East Division title, as most outlets predict the same outcomes. 8 wins is the prediction in Rocky Top this season, with a decent bowl game close to New Year's Day likely to come. As long as Dobbs remains confident in his ability to use his arm and his legs to turn close games into wins, the Volunteers will have their say in the SEC. Getting through October will be the most difficult stretch, as Arkansas, Georgia, and Alabama appear in succession to start the month, so that will likely determine how far this team goes in 2015. For our Tennessee Volunteers betting predictions, check out the Bang the Book Betting Center. And don't forget that the Bang the Book Betting Center is your best resource for sports betting information before you make your weekly assault on the sportsbooks.